first,
how did it start, if you don't mind me asking, in terms of, why did you specifically choose the cold and breathing? Why was that specifically your mission when you first started when you were 17?
yes, uh, I was already from 12 years old into psychology, Hinduism, Buddhism. So 5 years before I went into the call, I was a lot into my head. I read a lot. I was really a nerd, getting into so many philosophies and traditions and esoteric disciplines, into yoga, kung fu, into karate, into anything I could get my hands upon,
Is that because your parents
physically and
parents were
mentally.
into that?
No, nobody, just me, myself, just me,
Gotcha.
myself. I was a stranger in my neighborhood. I was a stranger, really. I was alien. I was, yeah, man. He's strange. He's strange. That was me.
Mm.
Yeah, but I felt so. I had a deeper urge within me, and I felt good. Yeah, I felt good philosophizing, debating, thinking of it, contemplating, practicing. And when I was 17, that was a morning in Sunday. There was a lake, or the channel was frozen over, nobody around. I felt the attraction to go in. I did that. And there I got an answer of deep connection with deeper physiology directly. It's like, this is it without words kind of feeling.
Mm.
This is it. When you are struck by love, then you don't need to be explained. Hey, what is love? What is happening to me? Hey, should I do this? Yes or no? Things like that. No, this is it. You are struck by lightning. And
And what
that is the way I felt right over there.
and what was that? Was that like you went into ice water? Were you taking a cold shower? Like, what was that specific moment when you realized?
Outside in the park, in the channel, frozen over. It was ice water. But I did not feel the cold. It was power. I felt sheer power. I felt a direct, instant connection with deeper physiology of myself. I found an answer which I had been philosophizing and debating about the 5 former years. Hinduism, Buddhism, about Christianity, mystical Christianity, about esoteric disciplines, etc. I all did it in those 5 years. You cannot imagine maybe a 12-year, what does a 12-year-old do? But sometimes a 12-year-old can rule the world better than the idiots right now.
I agree.
You
I
know?
agree. But that's crazy
It-
though. Did someone push you to go in? Did someone encourage you to go into? I'm just so curious to know what drove you to just
exactly.
want to jump in. It was like there was a calling
Yeah,
or
man.
something.
That it is. It is. When you fall in love, you do crazy stuff. When you fall in love with something, you feel the attraction, you just do it. And then the reason is that you feel attracted. That's the reason. So there is no logic. There's possibly logic if you look into the biochemistry of what is happening right there, but there is no reason by thought. It is a reason by the law of attraction. And I went in and I found out this is what I was looking for. I was looking for the connection between a deeper self into the physiology. And now it shows that in the university studies, that what I touched upon in that moment was the deeper brainstem, the periaqueductal gray hemisphere, the place of the opioids, the place of the euphoric cannabinoids, the endocannabinoid system, thought of inaccessible by humans. That was what I was looking for. In society where I came from, I was not satisfied. I was not at peace with what was commonly thought to be normal. Wars, disease, depression, abuse, politics, the power-driven people, all that. That is normal? No, I don't think so. I think control over your health, your happiness, and your strength, a unconditional being here which has no need for something else because everything is already there. We are born with that. That I was looking for through my gut feeling. First, I was debating a lot, and then it was the time to fill it up with the deeper existence of the brainstem and limbic system. And it now shows in brain scans that I am able to tap into those systems voluntarily. And that makes that 100% of my brain is able to be accessed by me at will. And that is what I teach the people who come to me. Listen, change your paradigm. It's not 16% control we have through our will over our brain, but 100%. And there is only logic. The logic of nature is it doesn't provide us with things we never will use. We learn to not use it. But hey, if you don't use it, in evolution it says, if you don't use it, you lose it. And I say it is, yes.
Sorry, are you saying when you were 12 then, when you felt this calling to jump in to this ice pond in the park?
That was 17.
Sorry, you were 17.
Right.
And that's crazy, first of all, right? When a regular person hears and just sees a random person jumping into the ice pond, it's just you just unheard of because, well, first of all, I took a cold shower this morning, and even before, it was been a while, but I wanted to prepare just before seeing you, Wim, which was, I had warm water on, and the moment that I knew that I was going to turn on the cold water, before I even felt the cold water, I just started shivering because most people, they're trying to stray away from the cold. But for you, when you were 17, did you not feel the cold as much, when you were taking cold showers before you were 17? Is that why you didn't feel that fear of jumping in?
Absolutely no fear, just attraction. It's a going into a unknown experience, but because of the attraction, you just do it. You want to. Remember, you go back to the love, principle of love. If you are in love, struck by love, the love bug, when it's there, man, you do crazy stuff. You don't think about it, but you go from A to B. And no matter what is in between you and B, you will get there. You will be like water. So me, when I was in there, going into the cold water, I felt the attraction. And that is the only way to overcome your own mind. It's a feeling which is stronger than my mind is able to control. That it is. That is love. And I was a searcher of the soul. And it got me through the cold. It got me to the cold. It picked by gut feeling, this is it, what you need. And then when I was in, then without words, but this is it, feeling, I got, absolutely. And then the other day I came back, I got the same rush. And I just built up great power. I became aware of this deep breathing, because that's exactly what you are going to do. You learn to experience deeper and you get a hold of it. Then you get a hold of the deeper breathing. And then I began to do that deeper breathing also a part of the cold. Amazing what I all saw. By using the deep breathing, manipulation, pneumatic manipulation, pressurizing into the brain, into the chemistry, into the neurology, I could see all the chakras. Very much more clear than any yogic book is telling us. And that's all learned by going into the cold. The cold is my teacher. It is a teacher which makes your thoughts go away because you got to be. And that being is a stronger part of survival, of sheer being. It's deeper in the brain and it comes out. It's stronger than your thoughts. And then the thought processes and your sheer feeling and survival, the purpose of life, all coming together, all the layers of the brain coming together, and they are connected with all the body. That's where the control over the body began.
Yeah.
And that's basic. And we are not schooled in this in our society, but still we are dealing with a lot of stress and we cannot deal with it. I tell you, the cold is the way to learn about the stress mechanisms in the brain to deal with any kind of stress. So at that time, last thing, at that time, they called me crazy. And now they have respect all over the world, and I'm teaching a lot of doctors, a lot of professors. We are all working together, and it's great. The new terrain we are finding and exploring is so much more to come.